Well, greetings. Thank you for joining us. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Fifth Dimension. Make sure everything is operating well. Greetings. It's been a long day. So, alright, I figured I'd do a time traveling experiment. See if it works throughout. I'm going to do these every once in a while. So, trying it out. See what comes through. Let's see. Parallel realities, Dimension X. Dimension X was kind of the subject matter. I was going to do Zeta Angels. I still might connect to some of that. So we're already in a... Okay. Alright, we'll see who it comes through first. I'm not sure if any of this is going to be helpful to anybody. So, disclaimer. It's like, thank you for wasting our time. Shit. But either way, yeah, we're all multi-dimensional. It's connected to those energies. What is in your soul? What's in your oversoul? Where did you come from? Are you in parallel realities on a constant? Are you in several places at once? Yes. Can they connect to them? Yes. Do you want to all the time? That's up to you. Dimension X, my version of it at least, is Archon reality that's running our society. It's different parallel realities that are connected to it to keep us kind of in our shell. So there's always constant different realities. Yeah, I know it sounds strange, but there's multiple realities that keep us confined. I connected to a couple of them. Like a society that monitors us, stuff like that. Not to say I'm going into the propaganda of that, but I'm just saying this. We're technically being monitored in our reality, so not to put paranoia out there. Yeah, I don't know. Thank you for that paranoia. It's like it's not mentioning it. The paranoia you bring this stuff up to bring light to it, to release it. So the reason that's why I talk about the carrions and felines and all this, just you mention it to release it, at least the problem childs of it. That's the point of it. It's not here to be a creep show or anything like that. That's not the intention. It's just energies that are not usually connected to very often that are running our show. So, alright, we'll connect with spirit or time traveling energies and see where we go. Okay, the Zetas are here for that. Excellent time travelers. We're gonna go. Alright, this is a message from them. We'll just not say you're gonna like the message, but anyway. 1950s as a turning point of human evolution. Yes, your blueprint of your modern world has been executed at that point. You're now coming to a new point of transition from that world. Whereas many of your modern technologies, you still have a toaster, you still have a refrigerator. A lot of that was perfected during that time period. It was improved on greatly and modernized. Of course, we still do the same things, talk on the phone. Of course, many of you talk more on the phone than you ever have, or just look at the phone. Many of you actually just look at the phone. So that's a new part of the era. Looking at your phone is a new trendy thing that no one in the 1950s would have ever saw that one coming. Of course, they never have thought the internet was there either. So that's 1700s was also a turning point year. Of course, all years, but 1700s basically time of your Renaissance went into more, once again, part of your modernized reality. So let's see. They're kind of jumping around to time of... Okay, we're doing a time jump to Al Capone. They're not giving me a date of what time that was, but it's more always the early years. Realize once again he was a pioneer of alcoholism, and basically your modern day gangster is built upon his vibrations. And yes, it's been glorified through Hollywood because they're trying to create another version of that in your modern world. Al Capone was, yes, controlled much by the Anunnaki. Some reptilians out of the alcohol binging was reptilian. But a lot of the agendas was Anunnaki. for better or for worse, it was to, because it wasn't for the mob, he would not have an FBI. So was he a mob informant? No, but he was kind of like a puppet, not necessarily, but sort of. Meaning he was allowed to commit the crimes that he did also, so they can create the FBI that was involved with it. So there's a mother figure around him that is prominent in his life that is not mentioned. That is one basically he felt like he was never really that much loved. So he feels, he has to prove himself. So that's where a lot of that comes from. Okay, we go back to Roman times. Roman times, obviously, you can take time traveling however you want. Yes, there is no time, so everything is happening right now. So a lot of these time places are altered, but the reason it's connected to is to give you insight into your own reality. Such as the Roman time period, your Bush family currently is, yes, a child of that time. So your modern Bush family is technically like your Caesar, not necessarily, but a dynasty to control. So you look at Caesar of the past, Julius Caesar, the mentality of controlling society went to the Bush family, mostly in the Bush family, because that's mostly the organized crime family, basically, of our modern time. There's the Clintons, but that's not really. The Bush family is more of the organized crime. That's basically it's even an offshoot, yes, to your London, your England, but it's mostly from your Roman time period of manipulation. Same things are being used, it's modernized. And having a buffoon like George W. Bush as a president is very modern. You look at history in Rome; they had a lot of idiots back then as emperors. That way, the control. That was like, wow, what a stupid president. That way, the darkness around him is like you're so busy paying attention to the buffoon, you're not realizing who's behind the veil. Even Obama has some of that, but he's more of the slick version of it. So, once again, they're like publicity. They're just like movie stars, technically, at least in that regard. The Bush family, yes, has a lot of genes that are not. Most likely, that dynasty is going to fall out. Most likely. It's run its course, but it is very Roman-esque. During your Roman time periods, speaking of Julius Caesar, reptilians are all around that manipulation, as you probably can tell. Now there's also a Venus energy of love, and even thinking that he can be with Cleopatra, which in truth she really had her heart for somebody else, maybe Mark Antony. Either way, her heart wasn't really for him. It was like phoniness, basically. So, connecting that time period, a lot of Zeta energies are involved with technologies. A lot of reptilians are involved with the military networks. And yes, there's a lot of UFO energies going on. Mostly to, guide a lot of these military operations. At least not being seen. But to like psychically connect to those to, for nourishment, for food, things like that. They assisted most of the spirit guide energies in that form. Now your modern human today is very much like the Romans of that time period also. At least your main class is, you look at the Colosseum time period, as that basically your modern human is very much based on that also. Now, yes, now they watch it on TV, they see people getting, fake people getting shot and animals eating them and stuff like that, or aliens, whatever it might be. That is the blueprint. Basically, your Colosseum is once again, another blueprint of your modern society, as you can tell. And it's in a lot of ways, it's still, when you see violence like that on television, it does something to the mind. it allows entities to attach themselves to you. Not always, but especially as a child. It's like as a child, that's a perfect time. When you see a lot of negativity, such as on television, it's like the child just asking for all these things to attach themselves to them. Now, that's not always the case. But when they see violence, they see that and they don't know how to protect themselves. I mean, who in your modern world knows how to protect their energies? Nobody? Oh, okay, a very small percent of your gypsies, your Illuminati, and your psychic groups that are very small. They teach your children how to protect themselves. Even some are Muslims actually know how to protect themselves actually because of the jinn. So they actually are very spiritual in a unique way. So there's others. In India, many call him Buddha. They connect to Buddhism. That's a protective energy. If you connect to it the right way, Buddha, you can't really go wrong with Buddha for the most part. So Allah, I don't know. You can never know with Allah. That's a mixed bag there. Yes, it's okay. Yeah, it depends. As Jesus is very manipulative. Not always. He can also bring in a positive vibration. So it's basically awareness of your reality. You're going to be unfolding in this era. Now, okay, this is the Zeta space. This is a conscious connection. If you're wondering what the hell I'm doing. That's one form of time travel. It's kind of more of a relaxed version of it. You can't go much further. Basically, if you want to go to the streets and kind of even remote view that time. Also see the alien beings that are involved with it. You can go to basically where's of that time period that you're looking for. You want to see the alien energies. You want to see what is it doing, because it is a form of remote viewing. Obviously, you can't probably prove your remote viewing, but you can still connect to the energies of it. Remote viewing basically is like you remote into a building or somewhere and you draw out what you're seeing. So but it is a form. Time traveling, remote viewing can be very similar, but it's nice to be able to prove it. In remote viewing, you can just test it. You can it's best visualize one of your rooms they don't go into very often, and just go by what you can pick up on and draw it out, like or a friend's house or something like that, or a closet at work. And just test yourself on that. It's up to you. Yeah, because humanity will open up more of its remote viewing. It become part of the normal idea of life. Definitely, you're going to be that is part of the high vibrational human. Remote viewing, time travel. These are all things that we're in the infancy of it at this time. And you're going to be allowing more of these ideas to become part of your daily life instead of what's on TV, what's on Netflix. And there's nothing wrong with those things, but you basically time travel. It's a gradual process to kind of like rewrite the mind. Especially think about you teaches to children about time travel, remote viewing. It becomes a lot easier. So, imagine if you grow up in a family of remote viewers. Especially when you're a kid, like learning the piano, become very easy to it. And there will be not every child is going to connect to every single ability, but there will be most likely something that you connect. Of course, it's very difficult if you don't have friends that are involved with this, but it's a gradual process. You basically are reworking your Earth, because right now, where is it getting? What's happening with it? Basically, yes, reptilian beings play tricks on humans on all the time. There are archons who reptilians play a big part of it, of basically just tipping you, to see who they can push over the edge, basically. Oh, I don't think I mentioned it here. Yeah, because this reminds me. Reptilians are kind of guarding our planet. They're everywhere. And felines are up in their spaceships at the spa eating truffles. They're just living the good life. Yeah, they might be working themselves a little bit. I gotta do this. I gotta enslave those people. whatever it might be. But they're usually in ship. They're usually off planet, and of course the Carrions are really off planet, and just like put their feet up and counting their feathers or something like that. Whatever the hell they're doing. And then you have the Griffins that are on a whole other planet, just didn't give a damn. So make sure that we're out of their way. Yeah. So yeah, as a humanity, basically the ideas, obviously in the mind, have to shift out to just think about something different when you're. It's not easy, especially when you have to go to a 9 to 5 job at work. It's like I'm ready to time travel out of this place. So. Or connect to a parallel reality, yeah. Especially, I don't always. My mind isn't always operating right, but if you have time for yourself, you can see other. Like close your eyes or just visualize other realities, like where would you much rather be. And that's actually a real thing, because the place that you really much rather be, you are bringing that vibration to you. Do you feel better after connecting to that? Of course, your modern day human will laugh their ass off, but then again. You have school shootings and wonder why that's happening. I wonder why. Because you're protecting your energies? Probably not. They don't know what the hell that is. And they're gonna, be like, the tough people, tough kids in school. It's like it's home. It's like, you can change your ways, but they just too much pride to do that. It's not for everybody, obviously, but. Meditating also is basically clearing out negative energies and basically kind of bringing yourself to it's not for everybody, bring yourself to a neutral state of mind or a positive state of mind, however you want to look at it. Alright, let's see here. Yes, we've made Zeta technologies, much of them are under the ground. Much of your NASA has a lot of, let's go to NASA right now for time travel energies or just modern remote viewing energies. There is a lot of Zeta energies, but they're more in the fourth dimension. They are protecting, around SpaceX. They are actually protecting that energy so it would be successful, because it is going to do a lot of good. And some reptilians do go in and tamper with energies that they don't agree with. They don't agree with that space flight. So all of a sudden that spaceship has a little engine problem or a fuel problem or something like that. Sometimes the reptilians, not always, but usually it seems to be if they have they don't agree with what's going on there. So the space system, of course, it's very primitive, as you can see. It's going to continue to be that way. For now, there will be an evolution of space travel that will truly advance itself, but not just yet. There's various reasons our technology advanced more than us as usual, but for now, not. Well, more people are opening up their abilities. So, it's, sometimes it's a mixed bag there. We're transitioning to be more advanced in our own technologies. But we have a lot of lessons here to learn to be able to handle that. So the technologies get more advanced than us, it's probably just as well for right now. Until we're able to heal the Earth's negative energies. Is this basically, save the world, heal the world. Which is, a lot of negativity is coming from Brazil. Arab world, Brazil is a hot spot. It's a tourist area, but it's a tourist trap, and there's a lot of, a lot of stuff that doesn't hit the news happens there. And yeah, just there's more to it than just your everyday negativity. There's a lot of shadow energies going on in Brazil. You can say there's a movie called Brazil. It is and it's a weird one. It's like there's something else going on there. They're not really going. It's a turning point place. It's a place of. There's a lot of vortexes there. Let's put it that way. There's a lot there that's hidden. Let's put it that way. Yeah, there's a lot of other realities there at this time that you vortex and go into another reality. Obviously, if you're at the right frequency, you can open that up. So technically, there's like a Stargate energy there somewhere, something like that. That's over there. They keep giving me Brazil. Not to say it's the most negative place in the world, but it's a problem place in the world. Let's put it that way. Most negative places, obviously, there's places in Africa, and places Yemen. Either way, Brazil just has a lot of hidden energies there. Let's put it that way. Alright, when you transition to more of a high vibrational frequencies, yes, your Tibet is a place to connect with. You don't have to necessarily be there. Your energies with Tibet can calm the energies, bring a healing, and is connected to positive feline energies, because their worlds are very similar to Tibet. Many Palladian worlds are similar also, but the felines had it before. A lot of humans did. And Tibet is very similar to Venus. Venus has a lot of those vibrations, but very at a more obviously high frequency. Mars is nothing much. Not now. As you transition out of fourth dimension, the soul will basically graduate, as you know, to a higher frequency. But right now, the soul has to. It is going through tremors, transitions. It is frequency going up to fourth and going back to third, because third dimension needs you still. This reality is not going to let you go just yet. But when you go up for higher frequencies, you do bring stuff back with you to assist in even let go of third dimensional situations like a job or whatever it might be that you wish to get rid of. It's like connecting more to fourth dimension is mostly not to worry, and it also brings in new transitions for you eventually. Yes, there's a lot of zetas in your Nevada, of course. Well, not many people drive out in the middle of nowhere. A lot of zetas, yes, are held here against their will by other zetas that have tricked them. There's a lot of that going on. So, why the hidden energies on your planet of your shadow government? Various reasons. Mostly it's technologies, but it's also mind control technologies that's really been utilized. Mostly the mind control that is working excellent in this modern world. So breaking those energies, as you can tell, is not as easy as you might think. Is basically is like mirroring those energies back to them, and of course many are connected to the zombie energies of your reality. So humans here have a lot of Zeta DNA they're not aware of, and a lot of it is being used against them. What's keeping a lot of humans shut down is some of it can be removed or just deactivated or reactivated, rewired. Because it's like Zeta energies can also be like turn humans into like robots. And when we look at society, it looks pretty robotic, depending on who you're looking at. You'd be surprised, because Zeta, it's not just Zeta, but it's like the Zeta frequencies in your majority, many of them shut it down. Because when you connect to your chakras and you know that you have, abilities, you usually shut it down. You don't even know you're shutting it down, because you're like shutting down your connections to the grid that's around the Earth, the manipulation grid. So Dimension X, you can say. So the Zeta, I call it implant. I would say it's more like DNA. It's like a satellite. It brings in. Why your society is so blind. It doesn't realize it. So when it has its awakening, just doing a metaphysical querying, it does automatically shut that off. Not always, and it can be reactivated too. It depends. It can be tampered with, but usually when a person's awakened to all of this, usually you don't go back. Sometimes they bring drama in. Well, a lot of those are open to metaphysical connections. They bring all this drama and all this. That shows that it has been partially reactivated. So it's like Zeta DNA. It's just been used against humanity. It's been weaponized against us. Doesn't mean that Zeta doesn't put that there just to cause us difficulties, but you can thank the reptilians. You can thank others, other beings that are Anunnaki for turning against us. So when we got shut off, high vibration, we got shut off, other energies are turned on, and like the Zeta satellite, whatever you want to call it. It makes sense when you think about it, because the zombie apocalypse is among us, and healing that energy. Because like in this Avengers movie comes out, everybody's rolling to it, and it's just it's like, here's a piece of cheese. Anybody want it? So our society is showing that mind control works really well. It's still, it has to be attractive enough to pull them in. So it makes sense. Yeah, it's just it's done in a way like, don't you like this mind control? Don't you like it? Oh, we're gonna reward you with a 3-hour movie. So, and a bunch of nonsense. So they also do that to relax the vibrate. It's like they keep, when you're in a movie, especially for 3 hours, you're not really thinking a lot. So it gives them, I know it sounds weird, but it's like the manipulators gives them time to work on you. No, it sounds like a movie, but is it really all that far out? No. It's like, not everybody is attuned to it, but quite a bit of people are. If you're part of the mass majority, you're probably being programmed by something. Not to say that everybody's going to go to that movie is going to be programmed by it, but quite a few of them are going to be if you connect to the mass population of thinking. Not many people are talking about spirit guides, aliens, or any spiritual connections. So they're most likely being programmed by all of this. So somebody like the data elves or manipulating elves are coming in to rewire you basically. You'd be surprised. It doesn't mean it's all going to be activated just yet. They get you into that trance energy, they can do work on you. It's not always the case, but it does exist among somebody. It is out there, let's put it that way. So there's a lot of stuff behind the curtain of reality that's going on. And yeah, like I say, it's insane. But when you connect to it, when you think about it, that makes sense. I mean, our reality is kind of like somebody else's reality, right? It's a facade, whatever you want to call it. So there is other stuff going on behind the scenes that might sound like crazy talking about it, but when you think about it, see the negativity of the world. Like even people when they go to sleep and go into astral, those that are part of the program here are being rewired to continue that. If you go against it, you might get like cancer or some kind of illness. Not always. It's either you're rejecting it or you're being part, or they just want you off the planet. It's all different agendas going on. I believe some people that are rejecting the program, but they don't know where to go. Then they get illnesses. Their body doesn't know how to function. They get sick. They pull in cancer, whatever it might be, because they're not really to go the spiritual way, but they don't know which way to go. So they kind of blow up, kind of like. It's like this world is really, they have no way of releasing all life's, manipulations. It's very, it's like you're packed in with all this stuff. Basically, the soul here is to advance itself, as you know. And, because society doesn't really evolve that much. Not really. He goes to school. He goes and watch a movie. He does this and that. It's part of the, it's the slave reality, basically. Obviously, it is school. But, yeah, those that are, when they're showing me, those that are in the sleep state, not everybody, of course, but those are part of the main, Kim Kardashian realities, whatever it might be. Not all of them, but you get the idea. They're programmed, they're in the sleep state, they get reprogrammed, basically. Shut down their dreams, shut down this. Program them with modern day realities. To keep them, and again, archons are involved with that. To keep you, it's like a science fiction movie, but it's true. It's like they put some kind of implant thoughts into you to keep you part of this society, and then when you break out, you feel aggravated, you feel alone. It's like you're outside the movie now. And it's scary, I guess. Yeah, it can get more. It's going to get more bizarre. We're not quite there. We're not really seeing anything. We're channeling energies, but there is other realities out there that we have not quite connected to just for obvious reasons. But yeah. So, like, connecting to the Indian energies, bringing that in, it's another thing of, like, that's like forbidden energy there, meaning that obviously our beings don't want you to connect with that. Because it feels like, yeah, connecting to, like, Buddha or the Indian vibration can also clear out one's dream world, opening up more to astral. I mean, isn't that what Buddhism's all about? It's about meditating and opening yourself up. It'd be more powerful if you. I mean, it's good to have that energy around you. Like, I don't know if you need a little Buddha, but or just like Buddhism type of energies, or call it in yourself, or have like crystals from all of that. It has that vibration. It's up to you, or just call in the energy yourself. But if you're into those temples and those, those ruins, basically, the right ones, the ones that are very powerful, you can open up your dream reality and open you up majorly and put you somewhere like on another reality altogether, like another Earth, or most likely going to take you to more obviously going to take you to a more positive state. That's what it's there for. Now, does Asia have that? I believe it does somewhere, but a lot of it's been shut down. India is still alive. The temples of India are very active still. I can pick them up right now as I'm connected to it. So you don't necessarily have to be there physically. Obviously, if you go there and lay on the ground somewhere, you're going to look kind of strange. But just connecting those vibrations can unlock this Earth's energy, the control mechanisms. There's a lot of, because India was one of the last aliens to leave here. At least they're hidden here, but they were the last ones to get here. I believe some of them did leave for obvious reasons, get kicked out, but their vibration is still here. It's like the energies are still vibrating. You just have to connect to it. So Angkor Wat, that's in Cambodia. That has some of that there. A lot has been shut down. But Tibet. Well, Tibet has Buddhism energy, right? The Buddhists, or the monks, or Buddhist monks. So I don't know anything about religion, but either way, for obvious reasons, to be unfiltered, basically, in that regard. Buddhism energies. As for like alien connections, anything like that, disclosures, the soul, the soul is like, connecting to higher vibrations. India is a perfect example of that. There's probably other places. Mecca has a certain energy about it. Yeah, if you know how to connect to it without getting attacked, that should be okay. Mecca's a good energy there, if you know what you're doing. Clear out the manipulations, because they don't want you there. Let's put it that way. So it's another form of remote viewing, you can say, or astral projection. So, India is just very still, at least the temples of the past are still activated. They're still operating. Just people don't. Well, when you go there, you probably feel like an eerie feeling. That doesn't mean it's bad, but just feel something different. Because it's still vibrating in a positive way. It's like an active pyramid, basically. So it is a communications device. The ruins there, but there's just a high frequency that's still active. So I can definitely feel it here. I mean, every time I have difficulties recently, I've been calling in Buddha, as in doing a mass clearing of everything. So. So let's see. Because if you had temples here very similar to the India here that had a lot of color, might look. I mean, it'd be good if it looks attractive instead of just like freaking weird. But if it just had color, it does bring in positive frequencies. If you had those everywhere, things would be a lot different here. Yeah, you remove the churches. Didn't hear me say that. Or you paint them and unpossess them all. Yeah, just that they have more vibrant colors to bring in more high vibration, and just clear out all the fear. A lot more high vibration comes through, because you can take a church and clear it out. Might not be easy, but it is possible, because they have a lot of souls. They put a lot of people in there that are programmed, so so all that vibration of years all stacked up in there. So when they go in there, they're instantly pull into that reality, and it can be very dense. So a lot of ghosts, and a lot of churches, all the churches have ghosts there, definitely. They get lost with all this. It's so temples everywhere, high vibrational colors. I don't know how you would color that. Maybe even different types of paints that have I don't know what that means. A high vibrational paint, if it doesn't even exist. And you have those energies around. You feel yourself transmuting, transforming. And eventually it'll remove dark entities. Of course, people have to want to change too. I don't think everybody's going to shave their heads, but you never know. Well, it's funny, when I connect to Palladians, I see a lot of them bald, at least the males. I think in Bashar's group, a lot of them are bald too. So, not to say everybody's going to be bald, but it's like to get to a higher consciousness, shaving the head, it's a quicker way there. So, if you want to speed things up, let's put it that way. I don't think you have to, but some feel it's more comfortable. So it makes sense. So imagine that Buddhist energy everywhere, basically. Even Muhammad's energy too, with all the controversies. Now, a reason why Muhammad stuff has so much, obviously, manipulation around it, is to keep it there and to keep it from spreading around the world. It is spreading around the world, but it's also like it's linked to some violence, not all. So, that can be made into a higher frequency also. So obviously, there are manipulators that don't want that to be. They kind of want it, to not be everywhere, because it can be in a positive way. There's other energies too, but that's just to name a couple of them. Because a lot of these religions obviously are connected to the universe in a positive way, if you clear out all the crap. I mean, Christianity can do it too. Once again, clear out the crap. Like, open up the Vatican and just clear. Jeez. Yeah, because there's a lot of reptilians living under the Vatican right now. There's a lot of tombs and nasty stuff. So, all right. Hopefully that was assisting. Yeah. So basically, it's kind of like, this is about breaking down Dimension X. I don't know whether these things are going to ever happen, or when, or what, or I don't know. Just a slow graduation to next generation. Just put the information out there. We'll see what happens over time. Who knows? All right. Hopefully that was helpful. Lessons. All right. See you tomorrow. There'll be a webinar tomorrow, and Neutron will be on Friday. So much left. Take care. Thank you for your support.